What is up, everyone? It's Ricky572. Return of chance. Today's April 30th, 2025. We're gonna hop on and do a market watch. You guys can see we got a lot of tabs open up here. So we're gonna try to speed through these and talk about these cards. First off, we're starting off with Lamia. This is the ultra rare from Battles of the Legend. I've heard, I saw MCO40 talk about this card and how he was saying that some Mitsurugi decks are looking to tech this card. This card hasn't gone up yet. There's plenty of listings available on the market. It's only at 14 cents, but you might want to copy your copies early in case it does take off. You could get your playset right now for under $1. I'd rather pay $1 now than pay $1 now for a playset, then pay $1 each later on. Who knows is gonna take off? I would just be safer than sorry. Next card we're talking about is Magispect Orthrus. I'm not really sure why this one's going up. I did see someone on my Instagram post this, and I thought it was crazy how the price was so high. This card used to be sitting around like $7 back in March, but right now we only have it at 11 listings, and we have listings starting at $17.94, $18.39, $19.30, $93, and then going up from there to like the $20 price point, $28, $35. So if you guys have any information, let me know down below. Maybe there's like a Magispector deck out there that I'm not aware of, maybe atop the region or something. Give me some information down below. And speaking of Magispectors, we do have Raccoon, who was recently in the Corentury Stampede set. This might be one of those cards you want to pick up, because I know this is a really important card in Magispectors. I know it's one of the ones you run at 3. Right now you could get it for $220, $319, $335, $344, $365, and then $366. So if this one could go up that high to the $20 price point, I believe this one's a 1-of, maybe a 2-of. Let me know down below if you guys play Magispectors, how many copies you guys run. I'm thinking this one is the next one to go up to Magispector Raccoon. So that's just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with it, but I might go in on that one. Salamand Great Almra, the secret rare specifically, is the one that's going up in price. 54 listings on the market. I think it was higher a couple days ago. This card used to be around like $7, but right now we have our cheapest listing at $17.50, $17.50, $16.72, $17.99, $17.99. So if you guys are watching this market watch, when I put it up, there is still one listing. If it's still here later on, yeah, the seller's still online, so you might want to go cop that copy right here. I'm not gonna get it, I don't need it. So I'll let you guys go in on that one. Dplexer Chimera is the next card. So I was thinking about, it's not going up in price. It has 2 common printings, one from the 2019 Megatins and one from Self Fusion. They're both common, but I think this might be a good super poly target. It says 2 Cybers monsters, and with the format gonna be like probably gonna be dominated by Malice. Those are Cybers monsters, right? Yeah. You can make this with your opponent's Malice monsters. Once per turn, you contribute 1 Cybers monster you control. This turn, neither player can activate spell or trap cards or effects during the battle phase. If this fusion summon card you control is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 other Cyber monster and 1 Silent Fusion in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. So it's kind of useless unless you're really playing like a Cybers deck. But it is a target you could use for super polys. There's probably another one out there. I know there's one that uses, I think, 3 Cybers monsters or something like that. But this one's just 2, so it might be easier to make than the other super poly target. Let me know how you guys feel about Dplexer Chimera. Next up, we have Nash Knight. This card has been going up in price. It's a super rare from Legendary Duelist, Duels from the Deep, and I believe it's being teched in the K9 archetype over in the OCG is one of the staples that they're able to go into. Really good interruption. It says during the main phase quick effect, you can attach 2 materials from this card, attach 1 number Exceed monster from your extra deck to this card as material that has a number between 101 and 107 in its name. Then you could attach 1 other face-up monster on the field. This card has material, so it could, I guess, steal one of your opponent's monster. It was sitting around like the 30-cent price point, 20-cent price point, but right now we have our cheapest listing at 99 cents. Well, one at 99 cents, when you go 169, then they hit $5 after that. We are a couple months away. I believe the K9 archetype doesn't release until August. So it's going to take a while for for Nash Knight to start seeing some play. Let me know how you guys feel about Nash Knight. Do you guys think it's going to increase more in price the closer we get to the release of the K9 archetype? Or is it going to come down in price later on once people realize that it is worth something and start listing more? Marksmans Kingtail. I'm not really sure why this one's going up. I just noticed it was low on listings. We only have 9 listings for the rare from Megaptins. Then we only have 37 listings for the Clash of Rebellions one. Clash of Rebellions versions looked like they were sitting around like 69 cents. Now moving up to 315, 318, 395. It says 2 level 5 monsters, so I believe it's also a tech for the K9 archetype. So you can also exceed some of this card by using a rank 4 DDD exceed monster you control as XC material. XC materials attached to that monster also become XC materials on this card. Once returned during either player's turn, if you took any effect damage this turn, you could attach 1 XC material from this card and target 1 face of monster in the field. It loses 1,000 attack and defense, and if it does, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 1 DDD or Dark Contract card from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so maybe there's a way to take advantage of these effects, but yeah, that's the only thing I could think of since it is a rank 5. Maybe it's being used in the K9 archetype. If you guys have any more information on this, let me know down below. But the ones from the Megatins are at 9 listings. Looks like these are at $4. That's basically like $6 with shipping. Then they go up to $10 on the first page. Another XC you might want to take a look at is Chronomy Vamina. There's another tech I've noticed that the K9 archetype uses. We have rare sitting at 95 listings, under $1, so you guys have affordable rarities right here. If you guys don't want to pick up the ultra rares, a little bit more in price. 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can target 1 face of monster on the field and 1 XC monster or Chronomy monster in your graveyard. That monster in the field gains half the attack of that monster in the graveyard until the end of this turn. Then attach that monster from the graveyard to this card as material. Okay, not bad. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card and negate the activation. Okay, so it's a monster negate. Oh, this card was sitting around 50 cents. Now moving up to $2.69, $2.90, $2.95, $2.97, so becoming a $3 card. Still early to pick up. It is technically the highest rarity of Chronomy Vamina we have available. It's from Dawn of Majesty. Definitely want to check your bulk if you guys opened up any of Dawn of Majesty. But maybe the highest I see this card going up to is maybe like $5 to $10, depending on if it gets a reprint and if the K9 archetype does end up doing well here in the TCG. But that's until August. Infinitrack Riverstormer, another rank 5 that you could probably tech in the K9 archetype just because it is a rank 5. When this card destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can attach 1 monster from this card and attach its material. Attach that monster to this card's material. You can attach 1 material from this card, take 1 Earth Machine monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Then it says if this card is sent to the graveyard, you contribute. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 Machine Link monster, special summon this card in defense position. Not bad. Was at 53 cents. This is for the Secret Rare from Infinity Chasers, technically the highest rarity. And these are pushing up to $2 now. So not too much movement, but it is starting to move upwards in price. I think that's it for the rank 5s. We're going to move on to Lingeribo now. We are expecting Malice to be one of the best decks in the format. I mean, it was one of the best decks in the format last format, but now it's going to probably be better than Rizio this format. We have 23 listings available for Lingeribo Ultra Rare. Was sitting at high price point of $10, dropped down to like $6, now coming back up to $8, $9, $10. We have even listings at $12 and $13 on the first page, so it is starting to push upwards in price. If you guys don't want to go after the Ultra, we do have super rares as well that have been creeping up in price too. These were as cheap as 30 cents, now moving up to 75 cents, almost pushing to $1 at the bottom of the first page. No big walls except for this one right here, 15 copies available, but after that they are past $1. So let me know how you guys feel about Lingeribo. If you guys think the super is going to increase in price, or is it going to stay at this under the $1 price point. Heraldic Beast Leo only has 1 printing. It's a rare from Cosmo Blazer, and I believe that people have been saying that the Heraldic archetype is being mixed with Rizio. And so that's why this card is going up. Used to be around $1, now pushing up to $4. 27 listings on the market. $3, $4.49, $4.90, 366, and then 518 at the bottom of the first page with shipping. Let me know how you guys feel about Heraldic Beast. I'm pretty sure it's just one of those gimmicky decks that could be mixed with Rizio, gimmicky archetype that could be mixed with Rizio. I believe that Mitsurugi and Fiendsmith are still the better engines to run, but I'm gonna let people do what they want, whatever you have fun with, right? Advanced Heraldi Art, another heraldic card that is starting to creep up in price. This is a rare from Abyss Rising. Was sitting around 24 cents, 30 cents, now pushing up to 50, 69, and reaching that dollar price point. So just keep an eye out for Advanced Heraldi Art. Number 89, Heraldry Crest. This is 3 level 4 monsters to make it. It says when this card special summon, negate the effects of all other face-up XC monsters currently on the field. You can target one other face-up XC monster in the field until the end phase. This card's name and original effect become the same as that monster. So what could these be used in? I saw John from what is it? What's his market watch called? House of Champs talk about this card and mention it, but I forgot why he said it was going up. It used to be around 32 cents. Now they're starting to push up to the dollar price point. It looks like maybe something you can make in Rizio, or maybe go against Rizio since it negates XC monster currently on the field. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any information down below about this, but it only has one printing. Number 18, Heraldi Patriarch. Looks like this one's also going up in price a little bit. Was sitting around 75 cents, now starting to push up to the $2 price point. 2 level 4 monsters, 1 per chain during either player's turn. If 2 or more monsters with the same name are in the field, you can attach one material from this card, choose one monster among those with the same name, and destroy all other monsters with the same name. This card remains face up on the field. Your opponent cannot special summon a monster with the same name as any monster chosen for this card's effect. If this card is in the graveyard, you can send 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck to the graveyard. Is Heraldic Beast? Yeah, Heraldic, right? I think that's what it is, right? Heraldic. Okay, so this is part of the Heraldic archetype. That's why it's going up too. Okay, so that might be the reason why, since that's being teched with the Rizio. And this is part of that, right? Heraldry? Or is this not part of the Heraldic Beast? We'll see what happens. I think it is. Gem Armadillo only has 1 printing. We did just get some new Gem Knight support. I believe that's what this monster is part of. When this card is normal summon, you can add to your hand 1 Gem Knight monster from your deck. Okay, so it's part of the Gem Knight archetype. It lets you search, so it could be a starter, I believe. 2 listings available on the market for this dual terminal at $30.98, $30, and then we have the Secret Rare. So I guess this card only has 2 printings. From Hidden Arsenal 5, this one was sitting around $4 and now pushing up to $20 basically. So definitely something you might want to go through bulk for and see if you have, because it is up in price. Pyroarm Dragon, this is a secret rare from Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. I believe this one is being teched with Dragon Rulers. They just got new support in Alliance Insight. Was sitting around like $2-3ish, now at 37 listings, starting to push up to the $5, $6 price point. Let me know how you guys feel about this card. Do you guys think it's one of those cards that could possibly do well with the Dragon Rulers? And how do you guys feel about Dragon Rulers as well? If you guys opened up some OTS Tournament Pack 9s, you definitely want to go and check if you guys have some token, Mega Phantom Beast, A Draco Sacks, because these are up in price. The other ones are also worth something. We have B, C, and I think those are it. But the Draco Sack one is the one that's highest in price. It was sitting around, like, it says $10-ish. But right now we have it at $33, $32, $35, $35, going up to $40, $50. What do we have sales at? This is crazy. I haven't seen a token like this expensive for, like, ever. $18, $20, $15 right here. So I guess they are selling for, like, we do have sales at the $20 price point, but none above that. But yeah, if you guys opened up OTS or Impact 9, definitely go dig through that book and see if you guys have some. Mitsurugi Ritual was coming down to like the $26 price point, but it's been recovering back up, because I've heard that a lot of people have been testing Raizio Mitsurugi, and that's the way either Fiendsmith Raizio or Mitsurugi Raizio are going to be like the best ways to play Raizio right now, with the new support from Alliance Insight. And so we have Mitsurugi Ritual coming back up to $34.90, $34.94, $35 on the first page. Let me know how you guys feel about Mitsurugi Ritual. What engine do you think is better, the Fiendsmith or the Mitsurugi engine for Raizios? Splash Mage is gonna be teched in is a tech that is used in Malice. Corentury Seeker was on release selling for like $10-ish, $8-ish, but it has came up in price. 23 listings available. We have $960, $1346, $1475, $1349, $1480, so reaching the $15 price point. That's because it's the highest rarity. You could always go and get other versions of Splash Mage if you are on a budget. There's plenty of nice versions available. We have Platinum, we have Ultra Rare, we have Collector Rare, and Prismatic Ultimate Rare as well. Vanquish Soul cards are up in price. We do have Vanquish Soul support coming later on this year, and the OCG Vanquish Soul is actually being teched with K9, and they actually are doing pretty good. Raisin reaching a $95 price point. Collector Rare Caesar Valius at $34. Looks like that's the cheapest listing. Then we have Vanquish Soul Jiaolong, lowest listing $89.99. Only 3 listings on the market. Collector Rare Heavy Burger at $50. Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove Collector Rare at $27. We have Raisins Ultra Rares now hitting the $10 price point. I actually think that these other Vanquish Soul Core Sentry Seeker Rares that just came out are worth picking up right now. They're still pretty cheap. There's still plenty available on the market. 43 listings. We have them at $10.38, and we have these at $4-ish, $6-ish for Vanquish Soul Caesar Valius. We also have Pantera in here at $3-ish. Definitely consider picking these cards up. The Core Sentry Seekers from Stampede, because once we do get the new Vanquish Soul support, I believe that these will shoot up in price. Right now, the ones that are up in price are the ones that did not get reprinted, which is like Heavy Burger, Raisin, and Jiaolong. But I'm pretty sure Jiaolong will get a reprint in this year's 10s. Since it is from Age of Overlord, we'll probably get this in like a secret or something. But other than that, I would just suggest picking up the Core Sentries right here, 1, 2, and 3. And then once that Vanquish Soul support comes in and the K-Knight stuff comes in, then we'll be able to play Vanquish Soul at full power, and these will shoot up. Momentoland Tatsu no Chigu, I think that's how you pronounce it, was sitting around 29 cents, but we only have 33 listings on the market for this card now, and they're starting to reach $2.50, $2.75, almost a $3 price point. Hasn't got a reprint. It's from Valiant Smasher, so we're not sure when this will get reprinted in or at. Ultimate Conducted Tyranno, the Core Sentry Seeker Rare, looks like it's low on listings. Only 12 listings available on the market. We have one damage version at $6.79. Then we go up to $15.40, and then after that we start hitting the $20 price point. $25 at the bottom of the first page. Honestly, I think this card could go up in price even more, just because the collector rare of this card, which is technically the highest rarity before, was at a price point once of like, I guess $40 to $60. I remember seeing it at a high price point of like $60. If this one was able to reach that high of a price point, I'm pretty sure the Core Sentry Seeker Rare is gonna go up even higher than this price point that it's at right now. I could see it maybe going up to like 40 to 50 once dinosaurs become relevant again. Noah Punkzin Amin says you could pay 600 life points, add one punk monster from your deck to your hand, except Noah Punkzin Amin. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one punk monster you control, it gains 600 attack. Basically a searcher. This is a Core Sentry from the new Stampede set. I believe that this card, once the punk support comes out, I believe we're getting it in Brothers of Legend, which should be next month. 39 listings available. Once we get that support, this card will go up in price as well. 1311, 1310, 1430, 1435, and then 1470. Because it is the highest rarity, we do have other versions available for anyone who just wants to have access for this card. But as we know, the Core Sentry Secret seems to be like the one that goes up in price if the deck does take off. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This is I did mention that this card was a good pickup at like $30 something when we last took it because it was being teched in Dragon Tail decks. We do have it finally starting to go up. We had it at 33. Now we have our cheapest listing at 44. Then go $46.99, heading up to $50, $65, $75, $80 at the bottom of the first page. We'll see what price point this one hits once we do get Dragon Tails. Draco Tails, I think, is what they changed the name to over here in the TCG. Once that comes out, we'll see what this card goes up to, or if it comes down. Maybe they don't even. Maybe over here in the TCG we don't use Dragoon. 7th Extension Core Sentry Seeker, I think, is a good pickup. The ultra rare from Legendary Duels from the Deep before the reprint was around like what, $70, $60. So this Core Sentry being at $5, I think is a good pickup. $5.45, $5.49, $6.89, $6.93, heading up to the $7 price point. But yeah, I think it's a good pickup because I feel like 7th Tachyon isn't really being used too much in the format. But that could change up. I think canines are able to use 7th Tachyon to search out some level 5, and I think it's their starter or something. And they do use some copies of 7th Extension in their builds. And I know the canine archetype is one of those archetypes that's actually very splashable and being used a lot in the OCG. So once we get that here, I think people here are gonna start splashing that into different decks as well. So 7th Extension, I think, is a good pickup right now, while it's still under like $7. I could see it going up to like $15 later on when it becomes relevant. Miscellaneousaurus, another card. This one I'm kind of biased on because I play dinosaurs. But if it were to come off the ban list, not ban list, if it limited list, and go to like 2 or 3, I think a lot of dino players are gonna be excited about that. A lot of dinos will probably become meta again or something. 43 listings on the market. This is under $5, $5.37, $6.50, and $5 right here on the first page. I think it's a really good pickup because if it were to come to 3, this card could possibly shoot up to like $15, $20, maybe even past that. So pick up your copies early of Miscellaneousaurus. It might happen. Artifact Lancia, the Core Sentry Seeker rare, is rebounding back up in price. People are expecting Malice, like I said, to be the better deck of the format. It was dropping down to $28, but now it's back up to 15 listings, then $49, $50, $54.42, $58, and then going up to $60 on the first page. Definitely a 3 if you want to play, at least in the side deck, to go against Malice. But I heard that Malice is able to play around Lancia now with the new support from Alliance Inside. So go figure. Unchained Soul Shvaro. We took a look at this after the ban list, but it didn't go up in price. It was still under $1. Now it looks like we have copies above $1, starting to reach a $2 price point. So just something to make note of. The Ultra Rare comes from the 25th anniversary 10, so if you guys opened up those, go dig through that bulk and see if you have some. Maybe you could sell off or like trade bait or something. Link Spider, the Core Sentry Secret Rare. This is the highest rarity available for Link Spider. I'm suggesting this one, and I'm putting it on the market watch, but I think it's a good pickup. We technically have, how many versions of this? We have Ultimate Rare, we have a Core Sentry Secret Rare, we have commons that are worth something too, super rares that are worth something, and then these commons from Advanced Demo are also worth something. So the reason I'm putting this up here as a suggestion that you guys might want to pick up is because I noticed that a lot of yummy deck lists from the OCG are running at least one copy of Link Spider. Not really sure what they do with it or how the combo goes that you need to use this, but I just noticed that it was in there, so I'm suggesting you maybe want to pick this card up now before it goes up even higher in price. Looks like it's maintained around like the $3 price point for a long time. I guess the cheapest was $1, but right now it's been like $3. So yeah, it's still under, you know, $5. I think it could maybe go up to maybe $10 one day. The ultimate rare looks like it's at 25 listings. We have them at $23.85, $23.25, $23.18, $27.95. So yeah, if this ultimate rare could be at this price point, I could see the Corentury secret rare being at this price point, since technically this is the higher rarity, right? Let me know down below which one of these you think is the higher rarity. But yeah, pick these up before the yummy art type releases here in the TCG. I'm pretty sure you'll be happy about that purchase later on. FA Don Dragster, I remember, was around like under $1. I sold most of mine when they were around like $4 to $5, but looks like now they're reaching a new high price point. We have the super rares at 22 listings. I think this is being used in Crystons. We have them at $6.89, $6.89, $7.64, so almost reaching the $8 price point. It's basically a level 7 negate synchro monster. It says once per turn when your opponent activates a spell / trap card or effect, quick effect, you can reduce this card's level by 2, and if you do negate the activation, if you do that, destroy that card. So really good generic level 7, but like I said, I think it's being used in Crystons. Decode Talker Heato is getting a buyout again. 12 listings on the market. We had this card sitting at a low price point of $6, but right now we have it pushing up to $20.94, $20.95, and basically $24.75, so above the $20 price point. I think Malice is able to make this now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know down below and correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think that's why it's going up in price. It is from the 25th anniversary. I mean, it is from Rarity Collection 1, so there's plenty of copies available if you just want access to it. But the Corentury, technically being the highest rarity, is up in price. Pyroarm Dragon map, also a card we talked about a couple months ago. I think it was selling around like $2-ish, but right now we do have it moving up in price for the secret rare. This card is at 62 listings and now pushing up to $3.50. This is a card that's a searcher card for the yummy archetype. We do have rares available for my budget players if you just want access to it, but technically the highest rarity is the secret rares. I'm not sure if over here in the TCG we're going to be using Pyroarm Dragon map, but it is being used in the OCG, so that's why people are picking this card up. Lunalight Fusion looks like the super rare is at 12 listings, so it's getting bought out. It does have a common version from same set, no, different set, Legendary Duelist Season 2. We do have commons available from that set at 65 listing, but the highest rarity is the super rare. Looks like these were sitting around like $1, $2, $3, but now we have them at $8, $6.84, $8.50, going up to $9.40 on the first page. So yeah, Lunalight Fusion going up in price. I think we're expecting support for them, or we did get support for them. Did we get support for them? Let me check. Did we get I don't think we got Lunalight support in Alliance Hit side, did we? Let me just check to make sure. Lunalight. I don't think so. Dragon Ruler, Mitsurugi, Vamina, Malice, Heraldic, Regenesis, Ancient Fairy. No, we didn't get any yet, but I think we're expecting to get some kind of support for Lunalights in the future. I think it's going to drop down in price. I don't really see Lunalights becoming meta. I could be wrong about that. I wasn't around when Lunalights were being played, so I'm not too sure. Let me know down below if there's any info I should know about Lunalights. Also, another card I noticed going up was Lunalight Serenade Dance. Again, we have comments from Legendary Duelist Season 2, but technically the super rares are the highest rarity. These are sitting at $14.07, $14.50, $14.60, $14.61, and then $15 on the first page for a super rare from Legendary Duelist Sisters of the Rose. Definitely something you want to take a look through bulk for. How much were these before? Says like these were 50 cents back in January. The graph could be wrong though. But yeah, now a $15 card. We have some sprites going up in price and going low on listings. We have the gigantic sprite, used to be sitting around. I remember I got my copy for $40-ish, $50-ish it was back in April. It says we have 8 listings on the market. We have one listing at $54.30. Is the seller online? You might want to go grab this copy, because after this copy's gone, we have them pushing up to $70, then $100 on the first page. I did see that there was a sprite deck that topped like a Premier tournament or something like that, Alliance Inside Premier event. So maybe that's why people went after this. Also, I think sprites used to be mixed with evil twins, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe people are hopping back on that deck again. Sprite Sprint, Corentury Secret Rare, looks like it's going up in price too. Was sitting around $54. We still have a couple copies here. $44.97. Then we go up to $57.57, and then hit $60. $63.52. $68.40. So hasn't gone up too much in price. But Sprite, gigantic Sprite is the one up in price. We have Sprite Blue going kind of lower on listings. I remember this one had a couple more listings available on the market last time we took a look at it. We have Lightly Played $9.85, then $11.99, $10.01, $12.99, $13, $11.99, and then hitting the $15 price point on the first page over here. Something you might want to look into. Like I said, there used to be Evil Twin sprites running around. Now with Evil Twins getting some new support, maybe people are revisiting that deck. Gateway to Chaos looks like it's low on listings. We have a super rare and a secret rare. Super rares from Dimension of Chaos look like they were around $2-ish, now pushing up to $7.19, $5.99, $7.98, and then $14.99 at the bottom of the first page. What does this card do? It says when this card is activated, add 1 Blackluster Soldier Ritual Monster or Gaia Fierce Night Monster from your deck to your hand. Each time a monster card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, place 1 spell counter on this card for each of those cards. Once per turn, you can remove 3 spell counters from this card, add 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Gateway to Chaos per turn. It's a normal spell? It says field spell, right? It's a field spell. And yeah, I'm not really sure why this one's going up. I just noticed it with low on listings. It says it's for Blackluster Soldier. The Shadows of Valhalla Secret Rare, looks like they were around $3-ish. These are now pushing up to like $5-ish. $3.08, $3.70, $5.79, $5 at the bottom of the first page. Someone let me know why this card is going up in price. We have Octo Addict, so I just want to take a look at Octo Addict cards, see how they are doing, because we did just get some new Mitsurugi cards, and Octo Addict was one of those decks that you were able to mix with Mitsurugi since it is Reptile. We have 29 listings on Octo Abyss. Looks like they're still sitting around $10. Aaron, the Octo Addict King, looks like they're around like $7-ish. So not too much movement here for the Octo Addicts. We have the Queen at $3-ish. Super rare. Octo Addict Remnant around $2. Yeah, not too much movement in the Octo Addict department. I'm not really sure if this deck is gonna do anything with the new Mitsurugi support that just came out in Alliance Insight. People might just focus on Raizio Mitsurugi. But if you guys think these are cards we should probably pick up, let me know down below. I saw that in the OCG, Retaliating Sea was being used a lot in the side deck, so I wanted to come take a look at it and see how it's doing. We have commons available, but the highest rarities we have are super rare and ultra rare. Technically, ultra rare is a higher rarity than super rare, so this will probably be worth more than this if it does take off here. Retaliating Sea says during either player's turn when your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way while this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one earth insect type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. So it helps you search out Max C too, but unfortunately Max C over here in the TCG is not legal. We have this card at 30 cents, 25 cents, 83 cents. So it's starting to reach the dollar price point. It's from Ghost from the Past, but the super rare is a little bit more pricier than that. We have the super rare at $3.55, $3.60, $3.99, $3.49, and then $5 on the first page. So I think this one has a chance to be higher than the super rare. Let me know how you guys feel about Retaliating Sea. I remember I was taking this card in my Vanquish Soul deck at one point, because Vanquish Souls don't really need the graveyard. Well, in my build, they didn't really need the graveyard. And I used to play Max Retaliating Sea as my like other version of Dimension Shifter, sort of. But we'll see if it takes up over here in the TCG. We are gonna have Malice running around, so we don't really want our opponent banishing cards. Tier Elements Rhinoheart has came down a little bit in price. These were hitting like $20 last time we took a look at them. Now we have it at $10.52, $10.53, $10.54, $13.80. So they are back down in price. Hasn't got a reprint. I believe maybe Tier Elements might make an impact when we get like. Actually, no. Can Tier Elements be mixed with what is it? What's the other graveyard deck? Orcus. Can it be mixed with Orcus? Maybe you could throw an Orcus engine in Tier Elements builds. I don't know. I'm just player brain going off right now. 60 listings for the Ultra Rare. Ultra Rare is at $5.88, $6.46, $5.50, $7, $7.43. So almost the same price as his Ultimate Rare. I would just pick up the Ultimate Rare at $10, then pay like $7 for the Ultra Rare. But that's just me. Let me know how you guys feel about Tier Elements Rhinoheart. If you guys think this Ultimate Rare is a good pickup at $10. Harpy Queen, I noticed, was low on listings for its Lost Art version. Only 11 listings on the market. We have this card currently. We have a French at $12, and we have $14.64, $15.99, $17.40, $19, $22.38, reaching the $30 price point at the bottom over here. It does have other versions, but the Lost Art promo is the only one that shows skin. I'm not sure how many of you guys are into that, but yeah, we do have other versions available. But yeah, this Lost Art promotions, I guess the unique one, let's call it that, and is low on listings. Last card on today's market watch can be Boroko Dragon. This one is another card. I'm not sure why it's going up in price. It's just one of the cards that I stumbled upon. It's a Link 3. 1, 2, 3. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects while a Link monster points to it. You can only use each of the following effects of Boroko Dragon once per turn. At the start of the damage shift, this card that was Link summoned using 3 monsters as material battles an opponent's monster. You can destroy all monsters on the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Banish one dark monster with 3,000 or more attack on the field. And if you do, special summon one topologic monster from your extra deck or graveyard. So maybe it could be teched in like Malice? Maybe? No, Malice. Does Malice lock into dragons? No, right? Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's so low on listings. Only 11 listings on the market. This is a card that was sitting around like 40 cents, 47 cents. Now pushing up to $3.50, $4.80. Basically like a $5 card now. So if you guys opened up some Burst of Destiny, go check that bulk. It's an ultra rare in there. You might find some value there while this card is up in price. And if you guys know why it's up in price or what deck is being teched in, let me know down in the comments below, because I really want to find out why this Link 3 is up. That's going to be it for today's market watch. So make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Return Chan. This is Ricky572, and we'll see you guys next time.